Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello! So today we are doing a Talktorial Tuesday, but it's kind of like a remix because there's been a tag floating around called the Beauty Community Tag. It was started by the lovely Cara C here on YouTube. I love and adore her. And she started this tag when kind of everything started getting very negative in the beauty space. We had some bad actors infiltrating our space, and it was to showcase the beautiful people that are in this community. So today I am going to be just talking about some of my favorite YouTube creators, and I thought there was no better Talktorial to do this with than with using the brand new RawbeautyKristi Palette, who she is probably gonna be the answer to most of these questions because I love Kristi. She's an amazing person. Funny story, so I've been on social media trying to get the launch. I spent about 14 hours on and off trying to get this palette when it launched. Finally, they had the line up and I was able to enter the virtual line, and I was able to put in my email to like hold my place, and I was able to order a palette. And then I woke up this morning I ordered that palette at like 2 a.m. and then I woke up this morning to walk my dog and this was sitting on my porch. So I actually got it in PR. That's my bad. Technically, I knew I was getting this. PUR DM'd me like 3 weeks ago and they were like, we want to send you a new thing that we're launching. But they didn't tell me it was Kristi's collab because nobody knew that existed. So I was like, oh, okay. And I gave them my address, and I forgot about that until I saw this sitting on my doorstep, and I put 2 and 2 together of, oh, that was Kristi's thing. So I will have an extra palette, so maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know when the palette's actually gonna be here. Okay, I'll do the giveaway in this video. All you have to just comment and be subscribed, and in a week from today, so on the 21st of July, I will comment back to a winner and pick a winner, and I'll send one of you guys the palette because I'll have an extra one now because I have this. So the PR box for this is absolutely beautiful. I love that it's the matte black with then the shiny black over it. It just gives it a really sleek and cool vibe. And then you open it up. First of all, thank you to Kristi and PUR for sending me this, by the way. I was very unexpected, but I'm very excited. And then you have this, which is the 2 lashes and the palette in the middle. I have to say I was really excited when I watched Kristi's video talking about this palette, just because I feel as though it's very well thought out. She definitely put a lot of thought into creating this, and I really appreciate that from a consumer standpoint. So this side is the more colorful and crazy side. And then this side is the more neutral side. And I have to say, I love the idea of a dual-sided palette. I think that's really fun. Like, I just think that's a cool idea. And I also feel like if you watch Kristi, this is definitely very much her vibe of, she definitely loves her neutrals, basics for every day, but you'll catch her doing these like crazy, innovative, cool looks that are very colorful too. So I think personally from like a Kristi standpoint, this is on point. Also, a fun little touch that I loved was the fact that these drawings that are on it here, you can see them in the light. These drawings were hand drawn by her, which I just think is a fun touch. I think it's kind of cool that she created the artwork for this. I don't know, I think that's fun. So I think what I want to do today is a bit of a more neutral look. I'm going to pull from these colors for like my lower lash line. I think that's going to be really fun, and I'm excited. I have tried PUR's formula before, and I will say it's not been my favorite in the past. I tried the PUR and BoxyCharm collab, and I just did not like that palette, but it seems like this is a pressed pigment formula, and it also seems like, based on the swatches, that this is a lot more of an impressive collection. So I'm excited about this. I did prime my eyes because she did recommend priming your eyes, so I primed them with the Kaleidos Tone Activator. And yeah, we're just gonna get started, and we're gonna do the also low-key talk about my favorite creators today. So the first question is a creator who makes you laugh. So there are 2 people on this website that make me, first of all, I'm going into the shade My Whole Heart and just putting that all over the eye. There are 2 people on this app that make me laugh harder than anyone on the planet. And the first one is Nisa from Nisa Nisipia, as I like to call her. She genuinely is the funniest person I've ever met. I think some people might think that it's like an act or she comes up with this stuff, it's all scripted. She is on the cuff the funniest person I've ever met. I will have conversations with her where I just end up dying of laughter. Like, she makes me laugh so hard. Her wit and humor is so quick, and she's just absolutely the funniest person I've ever met. I'm so happy that we're friends in real life because I love her humor more than anything. Her humor like inspires me. Her humor is amazing, and that comes through on her channel. Her content is so witty and creative, and she's just always doing fun stuff, and I love her. The other person is actually who I'm pulling the questions from, which is Theresa's Dead. Oh my god, I love her. Her stories at the beginning of her videos make me laugh so hard. She recently posted, because she's not supporting Jeffree Star anymore, which I totally love that decision. Great decision. But she took down all of her videos where she did support him, and she made a compilation videos of all the stories that were at the beginning. It's now in my saved for later for when I'm having a tough day. Her stories just make me laugh so hard. She's so genuinely matter of fact when she does storytelling in that way that's very New York. She's from New York City. Way that's very New York, and I love it. I live for it, and I love her. I'm gonna go in with the shade Camelot, this yellow shade here. Side note, just really quick, I love that there is a mirror on both sides. I think that's such a good touch. I really love that. Okay, the next question is, who is a creator that teaches you? And I would have to say for this one, Amanda, or Amandab, here on YouTube. She teaches me. I think this might have been supposed to be like, ooh, did you see the pigment? Okay. Amandab here on YouTube. I think this might be, it's supposed to be about makeup, of who teaches you in regards to makeup, but Amanda is a genius. She's so well-spoken and smart, and I feel like I have learned, first of all, I've learned that I need to have better taste in music, because her taste, she has very strong opinions about music, and they're right. So I've learned that I need to only listen to her as my only source of information for music. And I've also, and Hamilton, she just made a video about Hamilton, it's a masterpiece. But I also feel like she has a way of speaking on social justice issues that are incredibly eye-opening. She provides a perspective that I don't often see from my own perspective, because I have a lot of privilege being like a white woman, obviously. And she provides so much context and perspective, but without trying to be like, oh, I'm here to educate you. She just speaks the truth, and you're like, yeah, you're completely right. And I feel like I have learned so much from watching her. Her and As Told by Kenya are two people that I watch, and I feel like I genuinely just, like, from listening to them, learn so much more about their experiences, their perspective, and I love them for that. They're amazing, amazing creators. Who is a creator that lifts others up? So I have two people in this one. The first one is Angelica Nyquist. I hope I said her last name right. I feel like I did, but I adore her, like, so much. Angelica is, first of all, she's just an amazing woman. So positive and like has such good, genuinely good content. Her eye looks are amazing. She's so poised and like stunning, first of all, but on the same hand, she is always, I feel like, the first to shout people out that she's interested in. She's always lifting up other creators, even when she was like smaller, because that's how I got started on YouTube, was because she gave me a shout out, and she literally had no reason to do so. There was no benefit to her. I had like literally 300 subscribers. There was no benefit in her in shouting out this random girl, but she liked my content and she shared it, and she still does that with people. She constantly is just randomly liking people's content and sharing it, and I don't think she even realizes how much of an impact it has on other people's lives, and I think that's just amazing. Like, she's a genuinely good soul, Angelica. Oh, I love her. She's so great. I will always have a deep love for Angelica. Always. She's always, I love her. The other person who I feel like lifts a lot of people up is Jen Loves Reviews. I feel like Jen is always, I love Jen. I've met Jen in person and I love her. She's amazing. I think Jen's really great. She is another person who I feel lifts other creators up when she just doesn't have to. She doesn't have to make whole videos dedicated to small creators she loves, but she does. And she has been for a while, and she's always shouting people out on Twitter. She's always shouting people out on her YouTube channel, and I feel like Jen is a really good example of using her bigger platform to shout out smaller channels and just support smaller channels, support people. She like brings people on her live streams. She is always trying to uplift and support voices of smaller creators, and I think that's awesome. Okay, and now I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna use this whole, I love mustard shades, so I was ecstatic about this. I think I'm gonna go into copper boxes right here. Who is a creator that you respect? I really respect a lot of people. I have to say, so a creator I respect, I have a channel that I follow. Her name is Brooke, and I love her. She's been a subscriber of mine since like literally the beginning. I have been following her on Twitter for years, and she is such a beautiful, nice, kind person. Her opinions and my opinions like match up perfectly, and she's been doing her YouTube channel. She has 633 subscribers, so she's still definitely very small. I respect Tara because I feel as though she puts so much genuine effort, thought into her content. She puts so much positivity out there. If you want to talk about a channel that's like genuinely positive, Tara reminds me of like old school beauty YouTube. That's how I think when I think of her. Like her most recent videos are like makeup bingos, shop my stashes. Like she does really cute content that's very reminiscent of old school YouTube, and I absolutely love it. I love her videos. I love her vibe. I love her personality. I respect her so much for just grinding and like continuing to post consistently good content. You can tell she's like working on her thumbnail game. She's constantly trying to improve herself, and I think her content is reflective in that. Like I think even from when she first started posting videos to now, she's getting more confident. She's like, I just respect that she's putting the effort in that she is, because I think that's awesome. And I love Tara too. You should absolutely go follow her.
Having trouble connecting to the internet.
I don't care. Who is a creator whose collection you love? Well, obviously my friend Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. I love her collection. I'm gonna go in with the shade B here. I love Lacey's collection. I've gotten to see it in person. It's amazing. Like her collection is so awesome. I think the reason I love her collection so much is not even just because it's like, oh, it's a big makeup collection, because a lot of people have big makeup collections. Her collection is so fun because it's not just the basic stuff. It's not just Anastasia and Too Faced. She is a genuine lover and supporter of indie makeup brands and finds things that I have never heard of and just owns them and has them. And looking through her collection, it's kind of almost like a museum. Like she has makeup from super long ago. She has makeup from brands you've never heard of. She has so many amazing, cool things in her collection, and I definitely love that. I love her for that. Her reviews are also really cool because she has so much to compare to that I feel like she can give really accurate reviews. And then another person whose collection I love is actually Kelly Gooch on YouTube. So Kelly, I've been following Kelly for forever. Since before I started a YouTube channel, I've been watching her. I absolutely love her videos. Her collection is so interesting. She's kind of been on a journey the past few years with her collection where she really wants it to be very curated. And I love listening to her talk about her makeup collection. I love her like Shop My Stash videos. I love where she takes inventory of her makeup. I love all of that. I just think it's so interesting and fun the way that she talks about her collection. Hers, I'm not even so much like, oh, I wish I had your collection. I love how much she loves everything that she has, and if she doesn't, she gets rid of it, and I love something about that. I don't know, I love that. Also, Lauren May Beauty, side note, I love Lauren May Beauty's collection. Every time she talks about it, I'm like, I just love her style and aesthetic. I love Lauren May Beauty. She's fantastic. Who is a creator whose creativity inspires you? So I'm gonna go into You're Not My Real Dad. So for this one, I really love Butte Bean. I've talked about her before on this channel, but I just adore her. I think she's amazing. She's the reason I love blush. I think her makeup is so cool. I wish I could do it. Like I wish I could pull off the type of makeup she does, but she just has the coolest vibe when it comes to her makeup. And I appreciate and love that she's unapologetically herself. I think that's so cool. I also think her video ideas are really creative. I think it's fun that I think the topics that she comes up with is really fun. She's another person who I think genuinely takes YouTube very seriously and like wants to post a lot and does it because she loves it. And I think that's really cool. And the other person I would say is Julia Mazzucati. I never know if I'm saying her last name right. I have a hard last name too, so Glow is really difficult. No, but I have a hard last name too, so I feel for her. But Julia inspires me creatively because I feel as though her makeup looks are amazing, by the way. Like this is not to discredit her makeup, but I feel like she is very creative with her editing style. I also feel like her content in general, the ideas that she's always coming up with are very creative. And I just have a love and respect for that. I think she's another person, takes her content very seriously, appreciates everything that she's been given because of YouTube, and is constantly trying to improve her content, improve her editing, come up with new thumbnails. Like, she's another one who I feel like puts a lot of thought into it, and she's a very creative person. Her merch is also 10 out of 10. I wore that lung merch. It was like a gold sweater with lungs on it, and one side was lungs and one side was flowers. And all of you guys commented that was her merch. She always comes out with really creative and awesome merch, and I love Julia. She's also behind the scenes like the sweetest person. She's such a sweetheart. Okay, this one is a creator you'd like to be friends with in real life. I'm gonna go in with It Just Does. Okay, that girl Shay XO. Shay. This is my official application to be your best friend. I love Shay. I think she's literally, I'm just gonna put this all like really, really lightly over the outer corner here. I adore Shay. I think Shay is so fun. She's well spoken. She's funny. Her sense of style is great. I just feel like I would be friends with her in real life. Like, I don't know why. I just genuinely feel like I would be friends with her. I feel like we would get along great. She's so sweet. I literally want her to just like come to my house and play with makeup with me and just like talk to her, because I feel like she's so much fun. I'm trying to think who else. I've very luckily been able to actually become friends with most of the people I watch on YouTube. Like, I actually talk to them and I'm friends with them. So this question's a little bit harder because I like actually genuinely have become friends with people, which is awesome. It's like the coolest thing ever. Who is a creator you hope to see grow? Let's see, there's so many. Slay DeVale. I adore her. I love her. I love her. I don't know if that's her channel name, but I know that's her Twitter name, and I adore her. I love her content. I love the way she speaks. I think she's so well spoken. I adore her. Abby Williamson. She just hit 50K. I just want her to get to 100K so bad. I feel like she deserves it. First of all, she's been on YouTube for like literally 10 years, which is nutty. I'm gonna go in with Golden Ticket. I use most of the mats here, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna go in with Golden Ticket and put that in the middle of everything. Abby is also just one of my friends. Like, she's probably one of my, like, she's invited to my wedding. Like, she's one of my like good friends here on YouTube, and I just want her to hit 100K more than anything. I feel like she so deserves it. But I feel like this is the thing. I want all of my friends to grow. I want all of the people I watch to grow. I want all of them to be like crazy successful. Okay, the final question is, who is a creator that gives off good vibes? I'm not obsessed with that shimmer shade. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's not my favorite form. I loved how the mattes performed, but the shimmer shade I was not crazy about. But I am very picky in that I like very hyper pigmented, like crazy shimmer shades, and this is not exactly doing it for me. She did say in her video that these are supposed to be more like universal shimmers because there's only 2 shimmers in the palette, so I think that's probably why. But I would probably go in with like a glitter topper, which she did say you could do. I'd probably go in with like my Kaja. I might even do that right now just to give this a little bit more of a punch. Yeah, see how that just got a little bit more sparkle to it? Yeah. Okay, creator who gives off good vibes. Naima Tang gives off the best vibes. She's just a vibe queen. Every time I watch her videos, I just feel relaxed. I feel calm. She's so just amazingly chill. She gives off such positive, like beautiful, radiant vibes. I love it so much. All right, I'm gonna go in with Garden State right here. RawbeautyKristi gives off amazing vibes. She just seems like a genuinely kind-hearted, beautiful person. Taylor gives off amazing vibes. Samantha Ravendall. Samantha March gives off the best vibes. I feel like she's so fun. I follow her on TikTok now, and I love her. TikToks make me laugh so hard. I think she's so funny. I'm trying to think who else. There's so many people that give off good vibes on YouTube, honestly. I love how that looks. I love the neutral with blue. I also love that shade, that green. I love that. I'm gonna go in with this blue too and just make it in the outer corner. Oh, Angelica Holes. Angelica Holes gives off the best vibes. Oh my god, I've talked to her in like behind the scenes. I love Angelica. Oh my god. I want to go back to Europe just so I can like meet her in person because I love her so much. She's such a nice person and gives off just the best like genuine vibes. I'm gonna see who else. I feel like I'm forgetting people and I don't want to forget people because I want to show you guys like all the people that I think are awesome. Sierra Schultze. Oh my god, Sierra gives off the best vibes. Sierra, she's amazing. I love Sierra Schultze. She's so funny. She is like one of my favorite beauty people. I love her so much. Michelle Wong I love. Michelle is amazing. So I'm probably forgetting people, but that's kind of my those are kind of my peep. I feel like are just so great. I love them. All right, I'm gonna do mascara and stuff. Really quickly, I'm gonna talk about the palette while I do this. I feel like a lot of people are probably also here for the review of the palette. So far I loved how it performed. I loved how the mattes worked. I think they worked great. Which is great considering I remember the PUR palette I had before. I was not a big fan of the mattes. I'm not crazy about that shimmer shade I used. It didn't pack as much of a punch as I would like, but I think it is very good for a more subtle look, which is kind of what the purpose was. It was supposed to be for a more subtle thing. I also want to say, I know the palette is currently sold out and they're planning a restock. I know the launch had a lot of issues. I was there right when the website like was supposed to launch, and I tried to get the palette, like I think I got to checkout probably 35 times and was kicked off before I could actually purchase. So I understand why people were frustrated, but I will say, if this was like a major brand who had major launches before, I would probably be a little bit more critical of not being prepared. However, PUR, I don't remember, but I don't think they have ever had any sort of crazy launch like this before with these types of numbers. So I can understand how they might not be able to anticipate that. With that being said, I don't think any of the blame falls on Kristi, and I hope that's really like well believed. In my opinion, I don't think any of that is her fault. Having been in a situation where I did my palette, where we had Corona mess up a lot of the schedule, and I just know what she was probably feeling, that feeling of like powerlessness, of like, it is the worst feeling in the world. It is like the absolute worst feeling in the world to feel like you are powerless in a situation where everybody was excited for you and wanted to support you and was like rooting for you, and then something like that happens, you feel horrible. So I can't imagine the stress that she's feeling, but I hope she still was able to enjoy her launch day. At the end of the day, people did get their palettes, like they sold out. So people got the palette. I got a palette. Like we got our palettes, it just took a little bit longer. My hope is when PUR does a restock, they're able to be a little bit more adequately prepared for the volume that they're gonna see. I know it was stressful for Kristi, and I'm sure she was freaking out, and I can't say I blame her, but it's kind of amazing that a creator like Kristi, on her very first thing she's ever sold, I mean, there was at one point, there was like almost, I think 40,000 people waiting in the virtual queue to get their stuff. That was after hours of it being out. Can you imagine the amount of people that were on the site right at noon, whatever time it was for you? For me, it was noon. Can you imagine how many people had to have been on that site? Like, that's amazing. I'm so happy for her. I feel like out of so many creators, Kristi just deserves to have a really successful, beautiful launch. I think she put a lot of thought into the palette, and I actually think the quality is awesome. Like, I love how this look came out. I think it turned out so cute. Let me throw in a lip, and then we'll do a mandatory narcissistic montage. All right, let's do our montage. Okay, there's a little bit of mascara here. Okay, so overall, I love how this look turned out. I think the fun lower lash line pop is really nice. I am a fan. I'm a fan. The mattes in this palette, beautiful. Absolutely loved them. I can't wait to play more with the colorful side. I love the concept. I think it's great. I said that before. I would recommend this actually. I think the price point is really good. You can use discount codes to get 20% off. So that's really great. I think everything about the packaging is really well made, really sturdy, and the little details that are drawn by Kristi are great. Also, even the little details of like the more neutral side is the rose gold and the more colorful is the holographic, little stuff like that. It just shows that she put a lot of thought into it. You can tell that Kristi really spent a lot of time and energy thinking about this. And I love how she described it, because now looking at it in person, you really can see how each row could be its own eye look very easily, which is really fun. So I'm a fan. I would recommend this. Honestly, I think it was very good. Besides the fact that I also just love Kristi in general, I genuinely think this palette worked and performed really well. I'm gonna take an Instagram picture in this for sure. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I will have every creator that I mentioned linked down below. I will also have the link to the site. They're probably doing like an email list, so if you're interested in knowing when the restock is, I'm sure you can get information. And yeah, thank you Kristi and PUR for sending this over. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I'm wearing on my face will be linked down below, along with with a link to register to vote. That's right, you can click on that link, you can register to vote, and you can be part of your democracy. It's like a super fun thing to do. And if you're not in the United States, that link does not apply to you. Please make sure you're staying informed, using your voice in a positive way if you can, and checking out my links down below that are important petitions to sign, important places to donate, just all fun things like that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!